What's up YouTube, Zombie Killer here, doing a quick video on all these Ravens abilities. Telling you which ones are good, which ones are bad, which ones I would probably recommend getting first, all that stuff. Once you hit level 35, you'll be able to have all the points acquired. But regardless, you will only be able to bring 3 into battle, so that's where this video comes to help out. Now then, let's go over them one by one. Alright, Grenadier allows you to carry twice the lethal. With this, you will get 2 times the lethal equipment, so any of these, 2 times door knife, mines. I'll go over how good these are in a separate video, which ones I recommend, but door knives I definitely recommend if you have access to. But anyways, which is okay, not really important, but the good part about this is, if you get monkeys from the box, get max ammo, you'll be able to have 6 instead of 3 monkeys. So pretty good skill. I would definitely suggest considering it. Alright, next we have fully loaded. Increase your reserve ammo. This will allow you to carry more weapons, ammo from like a box weapon or a wall weapon. Definitely good, especially if you're playing on a map where you can't buy back ammo for whatever reason. Like for example, on the map, Grosson House, unless if you buy an off the wall weapon, you cannot buy back the ammo, so this will help you get more bullets out. Pretty good. Preventive medicine. This is one that I definitely recommend if you're playing with teammates. Definitely one of the best perks in the game. When you go down, you have a longer bleed out time, which not only allow for teammates to get to you before you bleed out, but more importantly, longer bleed out time, slower your perk strain. Meaning you could potentially save somebody a perk slot. Like let's say they had quick revive. They was going to lose it if you did not have equip, but with this equip, you can get to them before they lose it. Very good. Doubtful medic. A pretty decent perk. It allows you to avoid 1 hit while reviving teammates, and yes, this does count as the boss too. So if you're playing on Final Like, when the boss just gently taps you, it will drain all your health, but with that you'll be able to negate one of his taps. Decent perk. I would not really rate it too high. Definitely probably not top 3, but ain't completely useless, so give it a try if you want it. This is just to give you good ideas, and then at the end I'll go over the ones I recommend the most for which classes and stuff like that. Alright, discipline gives you increased weapon accuracy and damage while crouch or prone. You get the same while prone as you do crouch, so I just recommend crouch because prone will weaken your damage, like your movability. But yeah, it's a small damage increase. Not too high. I think it's like 1/10 of a bullet damage increase. I'm not exactly sure, but it's not too high of a damage boost, so it can save you from like firing an extra shot or 2. So get it if you want it. The only drawback is you gotta be crouch, but still extra damage while crouch, can't go wrong with that if you plan on playing crouch. Now, long lasting makes your power-ups last longer, meaning insta-kill, double points will both last even longer. So instead of like 30 seconds, it will last like a minute. Combine that with resourceful, which increases your chance of spawning power-ups from killing enemies, and you'll get more and more insta-kills and double points to tie in. These 2 perks work great with each other. I definitely recommend, if you use long lasting, that you have resourceful. I do not know if they can stack, like if the whole team of 4 have all of them. It'd be good, but I don't see nothing that says that they can't. And no, and this one specifies that it can't, so I think they should be able to stack. But even one person with resourceful and long lasting is very noticeable. Alright, finishing blow. This is one I recommend you stay away from. It's completely horrible. You deal extra melee damage against enemies with less than half health. Might sound good in practice, but here's the thing. You won't even be able to notice any change until after round 7. After that round, it'll be a 3-hit kill for a while instead of like a 4-hit kill, saving you 1 extra string, but it's still not ideal to be knifing 3 times. Also, there's a perk that increases your knife damage, so this just becomes completely useless. I recommend staying away from it. Not really all that good. Alright, let's go to this. Pack mule, carry a 3rd primary weapon. This can be useful in some situations and okay in others. Personally, if you're playing Boston House, I recommend not even using it. But if you're doing Final Like and you're attempting to do the Easter egg, carrying an extra gun in there can be useful. So, especially if on Final Like you're carrying the 1-9-11 to pack a punch for eggs and bacon, then you'll have a good shooting gun, a good destroy the blip gun, and then a Tesla gun. I've already gone over resourceful, very useful. Combine it with long lasting, so good. Armored up, I would say, is more towards the useless sides. Yes, it might be good to spawn in with 3 points of armor, but really, if you're good enough, you can last quite a few waves without buying armor, without going down it. And even if you're playing with teammates, you go down, they could just pick you up. So, towards like round 10 or higher, you should have enough spare money to pick up a $500 armor. So, I wouldn't really say armored up is a really good one. Take it if you want it, but probably not that good. Specialist training would be good, but I do have a video up that shows that for some reason it does not work, which kind of sucks. But, if it actually worked, I would probably recommend this, but right now it's broken, so I would not bother using it. What it's supposed to do is allow you to get your special abilities quicker, which is here. But it seems busted at the moment, so just avoid. Alright. Next up is stubborn. This, I will say, is one of the most useless one out of all of them if you have good teammates. Because what it does is it allows you to keep all your blitz after being revived for the first time. Now there are some drawbacks to that. Some catches. If you're playing solo and you had quick revive and you revive yourself up, well, guess what? That quick revive is still gone. You don't get to keep that, unfortunately. If you're playing with teammates, usually they can get to you to revive you quickly, so you can keep your perks. And then also, this activates for the first time that you get revived. So, if you go down and you have 0 blitz, you get revived, well, it already used up stubborn, even if you did not have a single blitz, aka perk. So, it's useless. I would definitely say avoid this one. Definitely ain't that good. Alright, flat jacket, no explosive damage for your own weapon. Now, this one sounds like it would be overpowered, but one thing to keep in mind, yes, it's very strong, But here's the drawbacks to it. Alright? I recommend it if you want to use it for no explosives, but it's not needed. With these grenades right here that blow up, yes, it will protect you from these. Throwing knife have no explosive damage, so it won't hurt you. If you pack punch the 1911, it turns into bacon and eggs, which is a explosive weapon, which is already pre-built with immunity to explosive in it, so it won't hurt you automatically, so you don't need that perk for it. And if you get monkey bombs, well, they don't hurt you either with explosive. So really, that explosive proof, good for your grenades, and then on the off chance, unless if you want to waste a consumable, that you get a, explosive weapon from like the box or spawned into you, which I don't have a box one, but you get an explosive weapon like these, yes, it'll protect you from that explosive, but if you're trying to get the one from the box, it seems to have very low drop rates, so that's not even reliable. With that though, combined with that, it's good, but chances of it spawning, so really, for the most part, you'll just be grabbing it for immunity to your grenades. But, mainly for, like, trip mines if you accidentally run into it. The rest are pretty easy to avoid, so kinda good, but kinda useless. Alright, Hoarder allows you to carry out extra blitz. Now, with this, you get 5 perks. On the map Groston House, there's a perk machine that will give you a random perk. That's where the 5 perks really excels in. Because you can buy the perks up to 5 slots, and if you don't get one major perk that you want, you can buy the perk machine again, and then you'll get rid of the top one, but you'll be guaranteed the one that you're missing. So it's very useful to try to get specific perks that you want. You can always guarantee a certain 5 perks that you want, the more that you buy it, so that's good. Final Wake, I would not say it's too useful, because to be honest, so far in this game, there's 3 perks that are really crucial, and then 3 that are kind of give and take. The 3 perks I would consider useful is Quick Revive, Speed Cola, and Double Tap, because more weapon damage, faster reloads, and be able to revive your allies or yourself would be good. Now, being able to run faster, yeah, that could help, but, give or take. The electric reload does not stun. It deals a decent amount of damage, but like past round 8, you're going to probably have to shoot them with a few bullets before it would kill them on reload. So, not really all that good. And then you got increased melee damage, which when you equip your shovel, is good on Groston House till round 14, and on Final Wreck till round 15, for one-shotting everybody. Which, yes, is good, but then once you hit those, kinda useless. Alright, now into the special mods for special classes. Alright, we got Field Medic, revive fallen teammates quickly using camouflage. This will instantly pretty much give you quick revive when camouflage is active. And if you have quick revive with camouflage, it'll be like the quick revive perma perk from Black Ops 3, where you revive an ally in like less than a second. It's very powerful combination. The only drawback is you have to be invisible for it to work. Could be a useful revive strategy, up to you. Now, Survivalists give you 1 shield while activating camouflage. Although this can be kinda decent, and it sounds really good, in actuality it's not really all that good, because as you get up in the rounds, it takes more and more to fill up your special bar. So You need more and more points to get camouflage active. And usually by then you lose a shield or two, so, not really too good in the high rounds, unfortunately. Low rounds, it can maybe save your life, but high rounds, it just takes forever. Also, you're stuck with using your camouflage every single time that you can activate it, just to try to get your shields back. And then that could end up making you take more damage later on because you can't go invisible and avoid fatal hits. So, sounds good, but really is not too good. Information. Allies revived with camouflage are temporarily hidden. This is a decent one if you're doing objectives and your allies died and you want to make sure that they're invisible for a few seconds. Decent, probably not one of the best. Now, Saboteur gives you more lethal equipment damage, and Serrated Edge gives you more melee damage. I tried out both of these, and they both really kinda not that good. Like with Serrated Edge, even on round 2, it's still 2-hit kill with your knife. Round 3, 4, it's still 3-hit kill. And even with finishing blow added into it, it still takes the same amount of hits. So it's a small damage increase that's virtually not even there. So not that good. And Saboteur, lethal equipment's already do a severe enough damage, and it's a small boost too. So you're just better off just leaving it alone because you gotta be invisible for both of these to activate. Alright, so let's go over the free fire ones. Headshot deals significantly more damage. If you're not using explosive weapons and using headshot type weapons that are good for headshots, this could be a decent damage boost. If not, then it's not really all that good. Explosive holder gives you and nearby allies 2 lethals. And unfortunately, this is decent, but not really too good. It will not give you any monkeys. I already tried that. All it will give you is 2 grenades, particular grenades, C4, trip mines, or throwing knives. So not really all that useful, unless if you heavily rely on them. But even then, not really all that viable. Nearby teammates get a full clip of ammo when you activate free fire. It's decent, but not really all that good. Usually a full clip of ammo can help them out. The only way I can see this being really a lifesaver is if you're doing the Easter egg and all your teammates already shot all their Tesla gun ammo, and you guys are trying to shoot down the orb to open it. But all in all, I would not really consider this that good. Now, Mark II can be useful early on, which this will give you your gun Pack-a-Punch when free fire is active. So you'll have an unlimited ammo Pack-a-Punch gun. Then when free fire ends, it turns back into a normal gun. Combine that with the 1911, you'll have unlimited ammo in the eggs and bacon gun, which is really good. It's definitely one of the best guns, unlimited ammo. But if you have access to Pack-a-Punch, there's a Pack-a-Punch machine in Final Lake, and then in Glosson House there's a Easter egg that you could do to unlock the mystery box, and then from there get monkeys, do a small Easter egg, and you'll be able to get guns from the box Pack-a-Punch. So once Pack-a-Punch goes in, this is not that good anymore, because you will already have Pack-a-Punch guns. So it would be just the same as not having this perk, because you'll have unlimited ammo in your Pack-a-Punch gun, but it will always be pack punch. So good early rounds, not too much high rounds. Alright, squad tactics. Nearby teammates get headshot bonus damage while using free fire, meaning your teammates will get bonus damage for headshots. It should probably stack with this. I haven't tested, but I'm pretty sure because the other one does. So, decent, but I would not really go for it. Alright, let's go into the frontline perk. Alright, we got significantly reduces the delay before health regenerating. This is pretty decent because you can really see the difference between the health regen delay, but it's only like a second or two delay. So, as long as you can get it out of there, you can always regen your health. And it's the same regenerating speed, it just shorter time before that regen kicks in. So okay, decent, but what really rate is among the best abilities out of all these. Now Vicious is a good ability for this because frontline lures every zombie to you and then doubles your damage. This perk will make it triple your damage. And if you combine it with team effort, it allows your allies to receive that triple damage too. Team effort allows allies to get the bonus damage that you get. So you could have a whole team camping together getting triple damage on the zombies, which can be useful. Determination. If you want to regenerate your shields without buying shields, this would be the shield perk I recommend. It would be way more efficient than Armored Up and way more efficient than Survivalist. You'll get 2 points of armor, which will allow you to get pretty much 2/3 of your armor refilled, which is good if you want to go for armor build. Early on, you can get max armor and 2 activations, no problem. And if you take some armor damage, you can retreat, start regenerating your health, then activate it. So if you want armor regen, this is the one I recommend. But it's a decent one worth considering. Punishment. While frontline is active, weaker enemies, aka normal zombies, will die automatically after hitting user. Unfortunately, they will still do the damage to you. So, unfortunately, you can only get like 3 hits on you, which would actually destroy your shield. So 2 hits on you, then you gotta wait for your health to regen. Then you could get slapped twice more. So this ability would not be useful as a trying to kill zombie method. And personally, not really all that good. So I would probably recommend staying away from it. Now for Shell Shock. Shell Shock is area effect push type ability, which will stun the zombies that hit. Unfortunately, I noticed on Final Wake, it's virtually useless to use. Shell Shock in general is virtually useless because you'll use it and then it has such a small radius that zombies will still be flooding in at you even after you use it. Where on Gloston House, since it's a small map, it actually gets, from the center of the map, you could get a full map coverage, making it a lot more useful. So I recommend only using Shell Shock if you're on Gloston House. And with these abilities for Shell Shock, they can be very powerful when on Gloston House. Not as useful on the other map, so just keep that in mind. Alright, Breathing Room increases range and knockback enemy further. On Gloston House, your default one from the center of the house will attack the bottom and top floor and the entire area. So there's no need for this on Gloston House. On the other map, Final Wake, could be sorta decent to try to get your range out. but still, it could have some uses, but then sometimes it's not useful, so give or take. Now, Protector will allow, every time that you activate Shell Shock, allies will gain 1 shield. That's all allies in your range. If you're playing 3 players, that would be 3 points of shield divided between 1 shield for each player. Now this sounds like it would be a good way to get your shields up for allies, which it does not work for yourself. So if you activate it, you will not get shields. It's specifically allies. But unfortunately, like I said, when you play a game, the higher the rounds you get, the longer it takes for your ability to recharge, so this is not really all that viable later on. First early rounds, you'll be able to get your teammates armor with ease, but that's about it. So, would be decent, but not really all that useful. Now, enemies hit by shell shock is set on fire. This is a good one in Grosson House because you can affect the whole map in the center, which will allow you to hit every single zombie with fiery effect, which gives you 5 points of money every second, and even up in the high rounds, it's very efficient for killing zombies. The fire does a tremendous amount of damage and gives you a tremendous amount of money, so it can be very useful in Grosson House. Final rank, you don't get that far of a reach. The map is huge compared to Grosson House, so it's not all that good, to be honest, on that map. Now, Blight Weakness will allow you to get triple damage on stunned enemies. On Grosson House, this would be good for, stunning that guy with the club zombie. I think it's whistling, if I remember correctly. But anyway, the club zombie. You can stun him, shoot him in the back with a few bullets, he'll die from triple damage. You can also combine this triple damage with the frontline triple damage, where it gives the triple damage to its allies, and there you go, 6 times damage. And if you could add in headshots there, you'll just be one-shotting normal zombies to the head, probably, up in the high rounds. So, decent perk, but if you're playing with the fiery burst, you probably don't need the triple damage, but they do go well together for, triple damage, but I would definitely probably prioritize Fiery Burst over Exploit Weakness, to be honest, because Fiery Burst is a lot more useful. But still, triple damage, you can't argue with that. Now then, Defibrillate. Now this will be good on Grosson House, because short range. In the center of the map, you activate this, it revives all fallen allies on the map. But if you play on Final Rank, you have to be somewhat close to the allies to get them up with this, so not really all that good on Final Rank, but in Grosson House, as long as you're in the center of the map, you can instantly revive all 3 teammates when they're down. Just keep in mind, when you go down, you lose your special ability. So, keep that in mind. Now, as far as skill trees go, I would probably recommend maxing out this purple one for Storm Raven. Go into Blood Raven, maxing these out. You could probably skip the last one and just stop with Preeminent Medicine, and then go back to this if you want. Then for Death Raven, I would probably recommend getting like Mark 2, and then stopping, and then getting from here maybe the shields, then stopping, and then eventually decide whether you want to try to get triple damage here, or enemy hits you. But a lot of these perks are kind of useless in the Death Raven and the Moon Raven. They are not as valuable as this. This one gives you pretty much boost to yourself. This one gives you like team support, effort, and healing abilities. This one focuses more on survivability, and this one focuses more on damage, in case if you're wondering. But that's how I would recommend doing it. That's the way I do it for the perks. Now then, let's talk about loadouts I suggest. Alright. Give me a second. Alright. Now, I recommend if you're doing an Easter egg one on Final Like, I recommend to have this loadout exactly. Now, lethal's up to you based off of what you got, but I recommend camouflage because the best on Final Like, and usually the best one hands down. I recommend the 1911 pistol because you pack a punch that. You get eggs and bacon, which is very useful for shooting down the blimp for the Easter egg step. Recommend pack mule because 3 guns will help you out, especially if you're doing the eggs and bacon Tesla gun. You'll be limited ammo and you want a gun to shoot. Then I recommend fully loaded to get more eggs and bacon ammo. And then preemptive medicine if you're playing with an ally. If you're not playing with an ally, probably do grenadier to get extra monkey bomb. And then for lethal, if you have it, I would probably say trip mines. But if you got the throwing knives, which requires level 45, probably equip that instead. But, trip mines are a good one. Sticky grenades, whatever. But I recommend only this class for Easter egg ones, because really it's the most powerful class for Easter egg ones. Then for ones through Groston House, I definitely recommend Hoarder on all of your loadouts. And then if you want to go for a free fire build in Groston House, Mark II with the 1911 pistol will give you bacon eggs early on to help you out with clearing through the house when you get into trouble. If you don't want to use that, then I would just recommend switching out for Grenadier with Mark II so that way you can get more monkey bombs to distract the enemies. Lethal, up to you. And then Hoarder, definitely take. Fully loaded will give you more ammo from the box, so I would definitely recommend that. If you're going one frontline, I would recommend Determination for 2 shields, Victorious to get triple damage, and then Hoarder. Weapons, the only one that matters with weapons is for the one that you're going to do the Easter egg with, so you want the 1911. And then if you plan on doing the Mark II with free fire, maybe take this. If not, I would just recommend whichever weapon you prefer. Personally, I would probably go for like the A1 carbine or a shotgun. But then, if you want shell shock, depending on how you're going to play, will depend on which shell shock variants you would want. If you're going to play with allies, have Defibrillator. If not, I would switch it out for either Grenadier or something more useful for you. Like maybe triple damage if you want it. Or you could increase the range, doesn't matter. But definitely take Hoarder and Fiery Blast, regardless. But if you're playing with allies, I would probably say the Defibrillator would be a good one. Now for Camouflage, if you're playing with teammates, I recommend having Preemptive Medicine, so that way you guys will have slower bleed out time to keep your perks. But if you're playing by yourself, I recommend just switching it out for Grenadier. Get fully loaded for more ammo from the box and Hoarder, so that way you can manipulate the perks that you want. And that's what I would probably recommend for the loadouts. Now, yes, there are some useful ones, which can be useful in some situation, but these are what I feel like is the best optimal ones that I prefer to use. But just a recap, useful at certain circumstances, useful at certain circumstances, useful, useless, useful at circumstances, useful sometimes. And I'm just gonna say sometimes. It's a lot easier. Cause I'm kind of tired. Alright, but yeah, useful when allies, useful when allies, useful sometimes, useful sometimes, useless, useful sometimes, useless, useful sometimes, useful sometimes, useful sometimes, useful sometimes, useless, useful sometimes, useless, useful sometimes, and useful sometimes. And then useful sometimes, useful, useful, useful sometimes with the allies, without allies, kind of useless. And this one I would definitely say is useless. And then useful sometimes, useful sometimes, useful, and then useful with allies. That's how I would quickly rate them. Which, you know, anyone that I said is useful or useful sometimes can be useful a little bit during these Easter egg ones. Or during this game playing zombies. Depending on what you want to go for. The ones that I say it's useless, I would probably just recommend voiding altogether, because they are kind of the lousy ones out of the group. You can still use them, but they are the lousy ones. But altogether though, if you look at it, you got 8 here, so that's 16. Then you got 26. And then 8 more gives you 34 altogether perks. So the fact that a lot of these can be useful in certain circumstances is good. There's a lot of customization without needing anything. Now with consumables, I would say hold on to your self-revives. And probably hold on to all this stuff unless if you're going for Easter egg ones. But even then, you probably won't even need it then. You know, maybe future maps you'll need it more, but I would just hold off on these. After you hit 10th prestige, you'll stop getting zombie crates for free, so you'll have to actually fork over real life money currently as it stands. So I would probably go easy on those and not spam them, but it's up to you what you do. But I would personally hold off on some of them until needed. And as far as maps, I would probably say if you beat in the Easter egg, Gloston House is a good map to play on for some nice fast-paced game. So I recommend playing on this. But if you don't have it, I would try to complete the final like Easter egg to unlock it. If you need help beating the Easter egg on PS4, just send me a message asking for some help and I can help you through the Easter egg. The casual Easter egg, I'm not doing the hardcore. Because that I repeat once before and I'm already done with that. Too much of a pain to do repeatedly while carrying. But the casual one I can carry pretty easily. So I'll help out with the casual. If you need help, just send me a friend request, ask for help. But yeah, these are definitely what I recommend for your perks. And hopefully this video helped you get a good idea on all the perks, how useful they are. Later I'll do a breakdown of weapons, only including the normal variant into the calculation, and also equipment like lethals. But you know, if you do have weapons like, for example, right here, I have some zombie perks, I recommend equipping that variant of the weapon over a basic variant, just for the bonus. But yeah, anyways, that was a quick view on, well, not sort of long, but quick view on all these abilities. And hopefully you guys find this useful. And I'll see you guys on the next episode.